5 miles or so northwest of Richmond, depending on where you start measuring. And you've got a nice signal in here today, so K2OZ and T4I, back to you, Danny.
Back to you, Vince.
K2OZ, this is the before FLI. Back. I don't know what happened. I went to transmit and the plug was loose in the radio. I couldn't transmit, so I'm back. Oh, I got the whole thing, Danny. Yeah. No, I got the whole thing. It was all in there, 100%. No problem at all whatsoever. Like I said, I went to transmit and I'm pushing the button and it's receiving. What the heck is going on? The radio, Danny, is I'm using the Yaesu FTDX10, and they don't use an 8-pin plug with the, like on a ring that you can tighten. Instead, they have it's like a telephone jack. I don't know if they call it an RG8, whatever it is, but anyway, it must have loosened up a little bit somehow. But anyway, yeah, I got you 100% here, Danny. Yeah, and it's probably, the antenna I'm using this inverted delta loop, which is a high-angle radiator. This antenna radiates straight up. And I call it more of a regional antenna, because it radiates straight up. So it's a good 500-600 mile antenna. And I know exactly where you're at, Danny. I went to West Point, so, I spent 4 years up there. So, I didn't travel the whole area, but I, driving around and back and forth. And so I don't know exactly where you are, but I have a very good idea from my travels at West Point there, Danny, guy. Sanders has jumped in there. He gave permission to get over there. 553, yes, please. Is this frequency in use, please? Hello, CQ, hello, CQ, hello, CQ. Hello, CQ40, CQ40, CQ40 phone. Kilowatt Baker 4, Germany, Yankee Tango. Kilowatt Bravo 4, Golf, Yankee Tango, calling CQ and standing by. Hello, CQ, hello, CQ, hello, CQ. CQ40, CQ40, CQ40 phone. Kilowatt Baker 4, Germany, Yankee Tango.
Whiskey 2, Charlie, Sugar, India.
Whiskey 2, Charlie, Sugar, India, I believe. Good morning to you. Thank you very much for the call. Name here is Paul, Papa Alpha Uniform Lima. My name is Paul, and I'm in Aiken. That's Alpha India Kilo Echo Norway. Aiken, South Carolina. Essentially across the river from Augusta, Georgia. Nice signal. I'll give you a report next go around. Hope you copy okay. W2CSI, TV4GYT.
Okay, very good, Paul. Yeah, you're sounding great. 5-9 into November, Charlie. Name here is Chuck, Charlie Hotel Uniform, Charlie Kilo. And good to hear you this morning. Hope you're having some nice weather down there in South Carolina. I think the weather here, let's see here, I think I wrote down somewhere, yeah, about 44 degrees here. It's supposed to be going to a high of 52, a little bit cooler here than what we've been seeing. Have been starting out in the 50s and going to the 70s, but got a little bit of a cold snap jump back on us there. And very good. With that, I'll pass it back to you, Kilo Bravo 4 Golf Yankee Tango from W2CSI.
Okay, Chuck, very good. Beautiful copy. You're about 5 and 7, 57. There's some QS Bakers with solid copy. And I believe you said 5 and 9. If that's not correct, please let me know. I'll put it in the log differently. But, yeah, it's cool here as well. It says it's 57 outside. It's supposed to go to, I think, 65 today. But the problem with that is we've got a lake wind advisory, and they're talking about 35-mile-an-hour gust here today. So if that's the case, it's going to be cool in that wind for sure. And today is the second leg of the Triple Crown horse races in Aiken. It's a big springtime event. So we're going to the steeplechase here once my wife gets off work about noon. And we'll be out there with about 30,000 other people, Chuck, so it ought to be interesting, over.
Okay, very good. Yeah, that sounds real interesting. I always wanted to go to one of those and never did get a chance. I didn't know y'all had them down there. I'll have to check and see when your next one is, and maybe I can get down and check it out there. I do photography, and I always thought that'd be a great opportunity to get some cool photos of the horses jumping and stuff. And man, you talk about some talented riders to train with their horse and jump all those obstacles. I think that's a pretty cool thing to watch there. I've watched it on TV quite a bit. And rig here this morning is IC-761, only running 100 watts into a dipole. I'm at my cabin location, which is about 300 yards or so from the house, and thought I would get on here and operate this a little bit this morning. Got a 7300 at the house, and I tell you what, I really like this 761 analog meter and all the buttons and knobs. Reminds me of the 101 ZD I had when I first got into the hobby back in 1992. So yeah, you're a 5'9", Paul. You definitely sounded good. And I did have the preamp on this radio on, and you were 5'9" plus with it on. I cut it off, and you were still peaking 5'9". So great sounding station you have there. and hopefully I'm getting to you okay with this 100 watts. The antenna is not very high here, maybe 15 feet or something. I need to get a little bit higher up in the tree, and that'd probably help a little bit. Kilo Bravo 4 Golf Yankee Tango from W2CSI.
Okay, Chuck, very good. Well, at one point you were peaking over F9, and then you came back to about a 5 and 7. So, band conditions bumping around a little bit. But one quick question for you. How does the audio sound, Ever?
Sounds good. Sounds real good. I wouldn't change a thing.
Okay, thank you very much for that. It's a new rig. I bought the Yaesu 991 Alpha. I got it yesterday. I think it was yesterday I got it. And got it this week anyway. And I'm just running 80 watts. The hand mic that came with it. And I'm using a dipole, but it's way up there. It's at least 70 feet up a pine tree. So it's really high up. And we're very, very well into Europe, of course. It's kind of broadside to Europe. So I do very well into Europe and the Middle East, especially on CW,
Hello?
on 40.